Hello, everyone. Welcome into Crochet Life and Stuff with Debra presents me, Debra, with something a little different. One of the and stuff parts of the Crochet Life and Stuff. This will be my first look at the latest Allrecipes magazine that came in. I've not been into it yet. I just ripped open the plastic so I could get it out. I know that's unusual for me. Usually I have to dive right in, but I decided to wait this time. Now, granted, I did just get it out of the mailbox yesterday as of recording this. So, just saying. All right, let's take out the whole kit and caboodle here. A lot of it's going to be adverts. So we'll look at that. Got the magazine, of course. An advert for the Bradford Exchange. Some ornaments that I just don't need. Oh, they've got a RSVP now for your free year of fine cooking. I'm not a fine cook, but it says 2 years for $30. If that's up your alley, do that. I'm more of an Allrecipes kind of girl because they show you, and more of those things in there, stuff that everyone can make. This is the front. Smarty pies. It's like we got hand pies for all seasons here. Okay. And this is the August-September of 2021 edition of this. Starting off with adverts and a table of contents. It has a really pretty picture of what to me looks like a tomato pie. Oh, yes, they're calling it in season. If I could just grow tomatoes on my own, I'd be happy, but that doesn't happen. And another part of the table of contents give you some really nice pictures to entice you in. An advert for Skechers on the next page. Skechers does not make anything in my size, so poo on them. Oh, and something that I really do like about this magazine, what they do, they give you a recipe index, okay? Every recipe that's in there, and they've got a little guide in there. They've got where you can get a how-to video at allrecipes.com because there are some like video tutorials on how to do these. Hidden gem, that's one of the things they do where it says a newer recipe with fewer views that deserves your attention. Healthy pick, whatever that means. Quick icon, I like that. 35 minutes or less. Vegetarian, gluten-free, vegan. And if you have the Alexa thing, you can talk to it and have it pull it up by name. So that's kind of cool. A lot of good looking names of recipes on there for that. Got an advert for some allergy meds because seasonal allergies are a thing. And a little note from the editor-in-chief there, Stars Among Us, because they do, it's recipes from real people. Now, I know Chef John now has like 4 million followers on YouTube, and he's an all-recipes chef, and he's like all the way up there. Mealtime made easy. They have questions, a little survey about food. You can go vote. You scan the QR code, and you can go vote in their little survey. I may do that later because I love giving my opinion. All the stuff about the people who run the magazine. Big kitties. Oh. An advert for Breyers. Like I said, there's a lot of adverts in here. I mean, they're tasty looking adverts like that. Hello. Let's see. Visions of people getting together with friends. We're still in, quarantine time, people. This shouldn't be happening unless you're all vaccinated, okay? But this is talking about some beverages. Ooh, some grilled brats and it tells you where they are in the book. Some tortilla s'mores. Honey, get a graham cracker, okay? Your s'mores do not need to be in a tortilla. Nice salads. Trying to get to the recipes because they have a lot of stuff in here besides just a plain old recipe. It is a nice read through kind of a magazine, which is why I like getting it in paper format. Fire pit cooking. There's a QR code to scan to do that. And I think they're talking about making those s'mores on your fire pit. Y'all ever tried this yogurt, this wee yogurt? I have. I really like it. But it's expensive. They want $1 for that. The jar looks really big on here. It's $1 for a little big jar. Now, granted, it's in glass, so you do have something that you can either keep and reuse or put into glass recycling, so it's not plastic. Yay, I like that. But yeah, I'm kind of cheap. Talking about some fancy mayonnaises. Ooh, just this one right here. Roasted garlic aioli. It's nothing you make. I mean, you can make it, obviously. There are people out there that will show you how to make it. But that's $8 for a 10-ounce jar. No, that's too much. The Healthy Kitchen, about hygiene and keeping up away from germs. And they show you a picture of a really fancy, nice kitchen. All right. I like the backsplash, though. That's kind of cool. Oh, a whole section about gut health with the right, happy stuff going on in your digestive tract, probiotics and all that stuff. So, yeah. Wow. I want all of those. Tomatoes, tomatillos, all kinds of tomatoes. Little ones, little grape ones, and smaller. And some recipe. Oh, a recipe for tomatillo and chicken soup. Now that is something worth looking into. It gives you all of the ingredients and what looks to be some easy instructions. And look at that picture. Now I love tomatillos. They're green. They look like green tomatoes, but they're actually not. They actually show up as with a husk on the outside, and they show you this picture here of what they show up looking like. You take off the husk and you kind of wash the outside because otherwise it's kind of gummy. But I love to roast tomatillos and make salsa, but never thought of making a soup with it. That sounds good. Also, it tells you how to store the things properly. Tomatillo and Strawberry Pie? What? I'm confused. I've used tomatillos in salsas like a million times before, but with strawberries in a pie, now rhubarb strawberry pie, yes, I'm on board for that. Rhubarb has a little tartness to it. I'm not sure how tomatillos would play with that. I mean, I'm willing to try. Food-wise, I will take one for the team, but yeah. And also some roasted spicy salsa verde. Indeed. And that's pretty cool. They're using tomatillos and poblanos. And poblanos don't have to be spicy. Those can be quite mild. I used to be able to eat spicy food, bring it, Thai spicy, everything. Now I'm very sensitive to it. I'm trying to build up my tolerance again, but it's slow going. The hubby has no tolerance for spiciness at all. So we have been eating, a lot less spicy food. But with poblanos, you fire roast them, you peel that skin off, get all the seeds and ribs out, and most of the time you've got a nice mild pepper flavor, and it does add a lot of nice flavor, so it can be done. Oh, something from Chef John. I was talking about Chef John a minute ago from Food Wishes. I will link Food Wishes down below because his channel is hilarious and very informative too, but I kind of like the puns and then the goofy things that he does. Chef John's steak. There are too many vowels in that word. Pizziola. Here, let me just show you the top of that recipe. See if you can say it, huh? All right. It looks good. All right, talking about heirloom potatoes down there. Ooh, an heirloom tomato tart with pesto and mozzarella. Yes, please. I'll take 2 pieces. Gangsta Goodies Kitchen. It's an interview, okay? Oh, and she has got some beautiful natural hair with her grandson. I thought that was her son. Look at that. Jealous of that hair. It's beautiful. But yeah, I love the interview sections because you get to learn a little bit about people that are actually on. A lot of these people have their own YouTube channels and stuff. So yes. And one of her recipes is in here, Sheila's chicken yasa. It's got a nice marinade with some mustard and cloves and cayenne. Oh, yes. A bunch of vegetables in there. Ah, okay. That's a definition of what yassa is. I thought it was, originally from Senegal and also a part of the Gambian cuisine experience. That sounds yummy. Lessons learned. The kitchen is our happy place. I think this is about getting through the quarantine, as we all have. Just a nice little story in here. When the shopping gets tough, the tough get creative. Oh, yeah. Some tips and tricks about cutting your mango and not hurting yourself. Ice tray sushi. Yeah, we've all seen sushi like at the supermarket or even at the convenience store. No. Okay. Back away from that sushi. Apparently what they're saying is if you can't roll it yourself, you can do it yourself. I kind of like this. They're using an ice cube tray to put it together with. All right, I'll attempt to roll it in my hand. Yeah. Oh, and one great tip that somebody put on here about finding ingredients and stuff. I loved our local supermercado, and I didn't allow the language barrier to deter me from buying what I wanted. That's someone from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Supermercado is basically a Latino supermarket, and most everything is in Spanish. There's one in Greenville that I love to go to, and that's where I go and I practice my Spanish. Everybody in there speaks English, but Spanish is usually their first language, and most of their clientele speaks Spanish, so they speak Spanish. If they see you and you are obviously an English-speaking person, they'll speak to you in English, and I usually tell them, "Estoy hablando español, por favor. Hablamos en español." So I tell them, I'm learning Spanish. Please let's speak in Spanish. And they're like, okay. They think that's pretty cool. So they'll help you out and kind of push you along. I'll go to the meat counter, order my meat and my fish in Spanish. Then I can pat myself on the back that, yes, I did it. And I'll go check out all in Spanish. So yeah, it can be done if you want to. And if not, you can do it in English and they can understand you and speak anyway. All kinds of things about being adventurous at the stove and some neat little tricks and tips. And I'm getting hungry looking at all this. More adverts, sweet somethings. We have a recipe for peach blackberry crisp. Oh, take a gander at this, y'all. If I can keep the book straight. Yes. I'm telling you, if you like food type magazines and stuff that you can actually make and get the ingredients to and stuff, the Allrecipes one is actually pretty good. For that, it's not terribly expensive. It doesn't come out every month. It comes out every other month. So it's not like you're getting overloaded with the paper stuff. And I like to keep them and look through them and get an idea, or 2 or 4. Some cookies, oatmeal chocolate coconut chewies, cinnamon blondies. Oh, I may have to look into that. Love me some cinnamon. And brownies, blondies, yes. I'm a fat chick. I like all the things. Cinnamon, coconut, chocolate chip, banana bread. Yeah. Take a look. You know you want some of that. I want some of that. Lemon zucchini muffins. Okay. Some people are like, why put zucchini in bread? For one thing, you get to use your zucchini that you have growing. I don't because I can't grow anything, but it ends up being real cheap at the store. The zucchini, when you grate it up and put it in stuff like this, it leaves a real nice moistness, especially for a muffin or a bread that you're putting it in. And it really does work. It's good. Some interesting, a little article about some of these freezer pleasers, they're calling it, healthy or healthier and different flavors. Talking about Amy's Indian Matar Paneer, Sweet Earth, and their chicken, because it's not really chicken, fajita, even Green Giant's getting in on it with Harvest protein bowls and Healthy Choice power bowls, stuff like that. Just telling you what you can look for in the stores. I find that a lot of those, even though they're probably really good, it's a little high to get, one thing out of it for that when I can make it for a lot less. Now, if it's something that is like, I don't know how to make, like I have no idea how to make paneer, mata paneer, it says. I think the paneer is the cheese. Okay, I know that. But if I don't want to go through and learn that new recipe and I just want to try something new, yeah, I'll buy it. And then I'll learn how to make it later. Ooh, grater taters, all kinds of ideas to do with potatoes or cauliflower, because you can sub cauliflower in a lot of things where they want potatoes in. Breakfast tots, barbecue pork tots, please. Salsa verde tots. Ooh, you can use that salsa verde that you made earlier in the magazine. Pizza tots, all right, or cheeseburger tots. Just nice little ideas of what to do with tots. And you can make cauliflower tots, or you can buy them now too if, tater tots aren't your thing. I mean, I'm a tater tot and french fry girl, of course, but I like my cauliflowers too. Another advert till we go into dinner fix. And weeknight winners, veg up, pie on the fly, pantry power, sides, and menus. This is the picture they're starting it off with. Yeah, yummy stuff. They always have really nice photography in here. For weeknight dinners, they're starting it off with grilled pork tenderloin with a balsamic honey glaze. That sounds good. The ingredients are not overwhelming at all. It's stuff you probably already have in your pantry. Garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder, paprika, salt, and not that much for this whole tenderloin thing. It's only a half a teaspoon. So, pork tenderloins, which that's the part you have to go out and buy. Balsamic vinegar, some honey, and some Dijon mustard. Yeah, and it tells you everything about how to make it. I'll even show it to you upside down. I'll show you upside down because I'm not mean like that. But that picture of the pork tenderloins, they've got it looking really good. And they give you variations of what to do with this pork tenderloin as well. If you don't want to follow it exactly, some people have other ideas. Pesto pasta caprese. Again, all very easy to find ingredients. Kind of like that. More adverts. Grandma's famous salmon cakes. I have always had a problem with that. I think I opened up a can of salmon once and I said, no, thank you. These were not things that were ever made by my grandmother in my house. Nobody made salmon cakes. It wasn't a thing. So when people down here, I say down here in Georgia, they talk about having salmon cakes and everything, or they call them salmon cakes. But yeah, I may have to just, say, okay, I'm going to do this anyway and give it a shot, because the ingredients in it, as long as you get that lemon in there, say in a can of salmon, drained, flaked, blah, 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 a couple of eggs, some onions, some black pepper, some vegetable oil, lemon wedges, and chopped fresh parsley for garnish. It looks super simple. I'm just not sure about the flavor of the canned salmon. I love, getting like fresh salmon or frozen. Grilled chicken, plum, and arugula salad. Oh, that is beautiful too. Now, I don't have a grill. I don't like to be outside in the summertime, but that's pretty. That really does look pretty. More adverts. Easy bacon and cheese quiche. Oh, that sounds good too. Wow. I'm not even going to hold that up and show you because it'll just make you hungry. Easy gorgonzola tofu scramble. Oh, love me some gorgonzola, but that's when you start getting expensive with the cheese. Maybe it doesn't use much. Well, it uses tofu. Hello. Two-thirds of a cup of crumbled gorgonzola. So that's, I guess, not too much, but it's going to be most of a package of one when you buy it in the store, at least here in America. So, yeah. I would have to bypass that or substitute a different cheese. Let's see more adverts. Community Choice Awards by Allrecipes. You can share your insights and votes on that through that. An advert for Kansas. And here's from the front cover. Pie on the fly. Dinner, dessert, snacks, blah, blah, blah. All the things. They're hand pies. Oh, yes. The original Hot Pockets of the world are hand pies. I think there are hand pies in nearly every culture around the world of some form or another. And I think that's super cool. And I want to try them all. They've got apple hand pies, ham, cheddar, and broccoli, mango, plum, and cream cheese. Oh, yes. Giving you some tips about freezing for later. Spinach, paneer, and chutney. Oh, that all sounds really good. I may have to make some of those. And they've got, the recipes and the tips and tricks. Hear the stories behind the recipes. This is an advert of their own stuff. Allrecipes Homemade Podcast. So it's a podcast. It says guests include Guy Fieri, Carla Hall, Rachel Ray. Listen on Apple Podcasts. All different kinds of salad and talking about mustard stuff. I don't get to do a lot of mustard stuff at home unless it's just for me. The hubby actually has an allergy to mustard. If you put it, like, even just rub it on his skin a little bit, it'll blister him. It's just very odd. And if he eats it by mistake, it blisters his mouth. I mean, blah, blah, blah. Big blisters, yucky. So we don't do mustard here unless it's something I'm making just for myself. And they put menus together for you out of recipes that are in the book. It tells you which to do for what. That way you can make your shopping list. And the way they put it up here is actually pretty cool. They give you choices. It's like a main dish, a side dish, a salad, or some of them have a dessert with them. It's pretty clever. All right. Good for you. Bright ideas, recipe makeovers, and food for thought. Oh, making some pretty parfaits. It tells you a good formula for making a parfait. Okay, and those look so pretty. Fresh fruit parfait. Yeah, I'll have some of that. Let's see. Kids' choice. I don't have kids, but sometimes the kids' menu stuff can be pretty fun. Sloppy Joe Mamas. It's a sloppy Joe mixed with some extra stuff. Oh, that's the indulged side. And the other side is apple turkey sloppy joes, where you can use ground turkey breast or something instead. I don't mind using ground turkey in recipes, but you just have to know it is bland. Going in, it is super bland. You have got to add a lot of stuff to flavor that up if you're using ground turkey and expecting some flavor. Instant Pot creamy bacon macaroni and cheese. All right, I'm on board for that. And their Go Healthy version is cauliflower mac and cheese, which I have made before. Now, they're still using it here with elbow macaroni. I have done cauliflower mac and cheese with cauliflower replacing the macaroni. And it can be done, and it can be delicious. They've got an article here on CBD oil and the hype and what people are doing with it. Actually, a couple of different pages on it. All right. Let's see. Family for kids, can't live without, clean freak, and all recipe-ettes. Oh, energy balls. Look at that. Have a ball, it says. And cherry oat bites, carrot cake bites, PB&J balls. Mind the Gap, talking about keeping your distance and trying to help with that and helping your kids out with their return to school. Can't live without slow cooker carnitas. Yes. The easiest way to actually cook the meat for the carnitas. But I'm wondering how you keep the proper temperature in that, because you have got to keep, of course, they probably don't use the lard. You've got to keep the lard just barely simmering to really cook carnitas properly. Yes, it is poached in lard traditionally. Yes, I'm here for it. Can't live without my cast iron skillet. Absolutely. I do use those for some things. Air fryer salmon with spicy peach glaze. Jay's signature pizza crust. Talking about her pizza stone being her can't live without in her oven. I actually keep one in my top oven all the time. It makes it hold the heat better in there as well. People use their kitchen scale to weigh out things. I don't bother with that, which is why I don't bake. Because to bake, you really have to weigh stuff. And Mom's sponge cake. Ooh, yes. The junk drawer challenge. No. I'm just bypassing that right there. No. Meet Miss Molly. Now you have to look at Molly. She lives with her mama, and they live in Nova Scotia. Look at that old puppy. She's 13 years old. Yes. And right next to that, an advert for a doggy product, of course. More recipes: Sheboygan grilled brats, peach and berry salad, cheesy campfire potatoes, grilled veggie skewers, and those gooey tortilla s'mores we were talking about. Oh, they put the graham cracker in the tortilla. All right. Ooh, here's a page just for me. Shades of Sangria. And it's the last page before that advert page. Look, sangrias. Love them. All in all, that went way longer than I expected, but an enjoyable look through. And I've got to sit down and have an actual look through at some of these recipes so that I can maybe go shopping and plan on getting some stuff to cook because they look really good. Thank you for coming by for this look through of the Allrecipes version of the issue for August, September 2021. Yeah, a genuinely nice look through. A lot of adverts, but at least they're pretty and they relate to the subject matter. And an awesome amount of good recipes. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button or the like button or whichever on your way out. There is a playlist down below of Tuesday reviews. Love for you to check those out as well. And my vloggy Saturday videos. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye, y'all.